the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being.
It's guys like Minerals.
Let's have it right.
He's not on my radar. I don't care about him.
You got the Minerals to
one of them brown envelope mobs.
No Minerals.
Minerals. My big up Johnny. Let's have it right.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Minerals FC.
Need proper winning Minerals, mate.
Let's have it right. I'm just a brown envelope, or I'm
Absolutely screwed. Let's have it right.
Brown envelopes.
You brown envelopes from the club.
You got the Minerals to fight for his place.
You are in the woods wronging. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking the time out to say that. Cheers. This one's for you. Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it?
The Minerals.
Minerals FC.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
Johnny the fuck Minerals.
The Minerals.
In them, we know that they have the minerals with not.
There's minerals that you need.
It's guys like Minerals, and
You got the Minerals to
Let's have it right. Minerals. Johnny Minerals.
like Minerals is one of the very vociferous Chelsea fans.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy.
Let's have it right.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking Minerals, mate.
Can everybody just stop getting shot? So have it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well in life. First and foremost, you know what to do. Everybody smash to pieces that like button. If you haven't smashed it already, make sure you subscribe to Minerals FC, hit the noti bell. We've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. And of course, RIP and salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to the no surrender mentality. Win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. Bonnie BlueCo's out as well. Let's have it right. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras live and locked in. I hope you're all well, always winning, landing your minerals all over the gaff. Let's have it right. So make sure you do all get involved. And we're going to land it tonight. I didn't get to do one yesterday. I wanted to. But we haven't had that. I just didn't have the time. And let's have it right. We are all gearing up. We're ready. We're ready to fight front line to get BlueCo out. And everyone needs to attend on the 18th of April, the protest, the BlueCo out march with the Strasbourg Ultra Boy 90s Strasbourg supporters, 4 main groups. And of course, all the Chelsea uniting, collaborating to go to war against the worst owners in the history of football. How about that? These lot are the Glazers on steroids, mate. Yeah? And we're all going to unite. So make sure you attend because it's very important. We have the numbers. We have one voice, BlueCo out. So land your minerals. It's very important that everyone does that. All right? Now, shall we get into it? I think we shall. For some reason, for some bloody reason, all of my bookmarks have gone amiss. In fact, I don't know. Has X gone down or something? Can someone confirm this to me? Has X gone down? Because it ain't working, bruv. I can't believe this is happening. Yeah? Here we go. All right. So, the latest breaking news, which is very, very important. Now, on this stream, we're going to land serious facts on here. Yeah? But I don't know what's going on with X. Maybe it's me, bruv. All right, so X is working. X gone ice. X is working. X is a bit funny. I don't know what's happening. Someone's saying, yeah, I can't get on as well. X is done. X is done. What are we doing here? Let's try and retry that and see if something comes up. What a shambles this is. All right, so in a nutshell, we know that Enzo Fernandez says he would love to live in Spain. It's the closest thing to living in Argentina. We know that Enzo Fernandez changed his agent twice since he's been at Chelsea. I know that Enzo Fernandez was pissed that Reece James is the highest paid player and he feels like he should be on them similar wages. I know that Enzo Fernandez has come out and publicly said they don't really know what's going on. They don't understand, or they're questioning the tactics. They don't understand about Enzo Maresca and why he was sacked or dismissed. Let's have it right. And he's also said that he would love to live in Madrid, and he's following Real Madrid right now. So he's basically PRing himself to get out of Chelsea Football Club. This is the same player who was clipped in 5K as a coach singer that was then made after that, rewarded by BlueCo to be vice captain at Chelsea, to then be rewarded by blue ticks and aggregators and YouTubers and Chelsea supporters or segments of them promoting him and standing him and basically siding with this guy, throwing down their robes for him for whatever reason, calling him the new Lampard. He's multifaceted and he loves Chelsea. He's pointing at the Club World Cup badge to a player like Mason Mount, and Mason Mount turns around and says, I've got one of those, you fucking prick. What are we doing here? Yeah. And he won the proper one, the one that PSG won. Yeah. We'd already won the Club World Cup. What are we doing here? He likes to start ruckers with a Mason Mount as a PR stunt, with Mudueko who's left as well. They love to PR to the supporters because they're trained by BlueCo for that. We know that Enzo Fernandez, shown at Benfica, pointing to the badge and down and saying, I'm staying. For 2 or 3 days later to sign for Chelsea Football Club. So we know he's got no loyalty. He's questioned the ownership in a nutshell. He's pretty much questioned the management in charge right now. He's not happy. He won't sign a new contract. He's followed Real Madrid. Real Madrid have come out and said they're not interested in signing Rodri and that they're PRing Enzo Fernandez. Well, I know Tobes and myself as well mentioned last summer Enzo Fernandez to Real Madrid is going to happen at the end of the day. And there could be a player swap deal involved. So what does this prove? This proves there's no loyalty from this player to Chelsea Football Club. So why are you being so loyal to the coach singing traffic cone? You look like silly sausages, which is what you are. The same ones that have been loyal to BlueCo and their Fugazi project. Let's have it right. So we have him calling out. We have Cole Palmer linked to Manchester United. The ownership, BlueCo, have come out and said they want 200 million for this guy. They're speaking with Man United. But apparently Palmer doesn't know what's going on. Palmer's been lied to twice by the directors and the hierarchy, where they promised to build around him and buy some elite world-class players to challenge for the Premier League and the Champions League. And that is not happening. They forced him to play with injections. He's not fit. So at the end of the day, right, Cole Palmer's another one up for sale and wants out. Enzo Fernandez wants out. And BlueCo are desperate for Champions League football. Now, Cucurella, well, let's introduce him properly, shall we?
Cucurella se come una paella. Cucurella se bebe una estrella. Jala tiembla, que viene Cucurella. Jala tiembla, toma una galleta.
Yeah, Cucurella says, I understand this is part of the club's policy and that they want to take this direction, signing young players and look into the future. But for all of us who are still here and want to win big things, moments like this makes you feel discouraged. He says, we have a good core of players. The foundations are there. But to fight for major trophies such as the Premier League or the Champions League, you need more. Signing young players only might complicate achieving those goals. He says, the moment Maresca left, it had a big impact on us. These are decisions taken by the club. If you ask me, I would not have made this decision. To make a change like that, the best thing is to wait until the end of the season. He also says, if Barcelona come calling, it'd be very hard for me to say no. So he's putting himself in the shop window. So now we've got two players predominantly landing the minerals on their owners. Even they're not buying into the project. They've had enough. What a shambles. What a shambles. They've landed two bombshells on BlueCo and all of their brown envelopes. And now everyone's squirming, bruv. Squirming. They don't know where to go. Now I can guarantee you Enzo Fernandez will be shipped out, and he's happy to. He's probably dented his transfer fee, as is Cucurella, because they're basically calling out the ownership. They're calling out the structure, the decisions made by the ownership. That's mad. That's mental. And that's respect. Isn't it interesting? Everything I've been saying for years, their own players are saying this. Why are they saying this? Because they have ambition. Because they want to win Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues. And they're sick of playing with children. And this Epstein FC project. And this entire model. So, how does it look on BlueCo? Pretty embarrassing, if you ask me, that your own assets are calling you out. Not just your own assets. Supporters, the protest, BlueCo out. And now we've got the media. The brown envelopes that you bought in your pocket, well, they're all speaking out. Ex-pundits are speaking out. There is nowhere to hide for BlueCo. There's nowhere to hide for the Bonnie BlueCos. Cucurella via Fabrizio Romano says, Cucurella wanted to send the best message possible to Chelsea as a club and the fans. This was his mission. He wasn't doing it to be against the club or someone at the club. Really? Really, Fabrizio? Really, mate? You're the biggest brown envelope sellout out of all of them, bro.
I work 20 hours per fucking day, and I don't accept that someone goes on Twitter with no face, with no name, just joking with myself and saying this kind of shit.
Well, you work 20 hours a fucking day for BlueCo. We, on the other hand, work 20 hours a fucking day for BlueCo out. And that's where we will continue to land it. Because it's going to be BlueCo out relentlessly, win, lose, draw, have a day off. Now, it's no coincidence that that's happened. Let's have it right. It's no coincidence. Everyone wants out. Now, what does John Terry say on Enzo Fernandez and Marc Cucurella in recent interview about joining Real Madrid and Barcelona? Are captain leader legend who is not professionally fit, according to Finkelstein and BlueCo and the ownership for Chelsea Football Club and for the senior team, said, Chelsea isn't the club it used to be. Facts. Pedro, Cesc Fabregas, Claude Makelele, Samuel Eto'o all left Barcelona and Real Madrid to play for Chelsea. Back then, players didn't say no to Chelsea, but today, players want to leave Chelsea for La Liga. It feels like the club's name is fading. It's decimated. It's an embarrassment. There's no standards. There's no ambition. There's no mentality. There's nothing fucking elite at Chelsea Football Club anymore. So, of course, their best players that they paid mills for want out, and these lot don't care anyway. They're happy to sell them for a £1 note, bruv. They need Champions League football, and if they definitely don't get Champions League football, I promise you now, there'll be more than just the Palmers, the Cucurellas, and the Enzo Fernandez that's going to be shipped out, bruv. Just for them to keep their head maybe above water or just break even. To bide them another transfer window of signing underage, unproven kids, because that's the model. And it ain't changing for no one. Let's have it right. Cucurella on the referee, Paul Turney, joining the Chelsea team huddle. I prefer not to speak. To me, it was a lack of respect. I do not understand it. I believed he wanted to have his moment. No, the referee briefed all the players before the game, if they're going to do the huddle, not that he will be standing at the centre spot. So don't do it there, do it in your own half. And these immature little brats still decided to do it on the centre spot. And it didn't do anything. In fact, we're losing games for fun. It's an embarrassment. Yeah? So, now, let's go to the backlash and the reaction. Let's go to the main mouthpiece at the moment who seems to have the bollocks and the minerals to bend over for BlueCo. He's got no right, this guy. He told Chelsea fans are entitled, acting entitled. He told the Chelsea fans, you've got to be patient. He told the Chelsea fans it's not Roman Abramovich anymore. It's a new model and it's going in this direction. This brown envelope sellout called Sky Cave says, I think what will really hurt the owners is the fact that a senior player was questioning their strategy and was also questioning the really, really controversial decision to let Enzo Maresca leave. They didn't let Enzo Maresca leave. Ask Malo Gusto. It was a sacking. They sacked Enzo Maresca because he went against the ownership publicly, asking for a central defender. They had to publicly come out and say, no, we don't agree with that. He says they're not happy with what I'm doing. They had to act upon it. We can't have you dent our egos and mud our image in public when you're our little yes man. He got sacked. So the owners are really hurt, are they? Good. They're going to be more hurt by the protest. Sky Cave says also, I don't think that they will rethink their strategy. I think they will tweak it a little bit. Make a few changes. What's that? Selling Enzo Fernandez, Cucurella, and Cole Palmer, is it? And then bring us what? Oh, yeah, build around Esteval Willian, who hasn't played that much. And when he is fit, he's not getting started. What are we doing here? I think they're aware of the fact, for instance, people have criticised them for just buying young players and seeming to go down a route of trading players instead of just buying world-class players and putting them straight into the first team. Damn right, mate. He says, I think if you were to speak to senior people at Chelsea, they would say to you, look, we have bought established players as well. For instance, we signed João Pedro. What's he fucking experienced at what level, bruv? What Champions League experience has João Pedro got? What Premier League experience has João Pedro got? What has João Pedro won? Bar a Club World Cup when he joined Chelsea. What experience has he got playing for the Seagull Merchants, who haven't won anything in the history of their career, of their existence? The same club, Brighton, that Egbali's based our entire club model upon. What is this guy waffling? Bangers and mash waffle, no onions, no gravy. Dry as you like, lumpy hard mash, no Lurpak. He says, I think the owners are listening to what the fans and ex-players and journalists and that and now players are saying. I think they're listening. What are they listening to, bruv? Do you think we're that delusional? Do you think we're that naive to believe what you're coming out to say when you lie for this ownership every single time? That you're their mouthpiece. You're a sellout and you're on Sky Sports. They're not listening to the supporters. We've been banging this drum like the Stone Roses. Let's have it right. To bring us experience for how many transfer windows? To bring us an elite manager, for crying out loud. Do you know how embarrassing it is, all right, that we've got Matitz, Liam Rosner in the dugout, their yes man that they robbed of Strasbourg and negotiated with themselves, where he was obligated to take the manager's job or the yes man job at Chelsea because of Egbali's orders. We've got this guy from having Enzo Maresca, from there having Pochettino before, Jellyfish Potter, and having the elite of the elite in Thomas Tuchel. You've brought us this guy. While Spurs, who are fighting relegation, have just signed a 5-year deal for Roberto De Herpes. That this fan base were cutting shapes for him in their mum's basement, weren't they? Yeah? For the De Herpes. Bring him. We want him. He wouldn't even take the job at BlueCo. He wouldn't take the job at BlueCo. He took the job at Marseille, right? So he rejected Chelsea, and he's also rejected Chelsea to manage Spurs fighting relegation. Are you having me on? So Spurs have got a better manager than what we got, yet we've got to be patient with this model that we believe we're going to win anything with this Rosner fella. Is this a joke? It's an absolute embarrassment. But the owners are listening. If they were listening, how come Spurs were able to pitch to De Zerbi, yeah, that, by the way, we're fighting relegation. Even if we get relegated, we want you as our manager. And paying 12 million a year, which they paid Jellyfish Potter 12 million a year. Let's have it right. Facts, right? You couldn't tempt De Zerbi instead of having this Matitz Rosner in the dugout, knowing that he could be bought. Wow. Wow. They can't even get a De Zerbi, but Spurs can. That's how far this project is in the mud. All these players have sold out now. They've switched off. They don't have any loyalty at Chelsea. They don't have loyalty to the ownership. They couldn't give a toss now. They want out. All the best players that they've signed want out, and that's a very small percentage. So what does that tell you about where we are? Where are we? Someone explain to me where we are, bruv. Where are we? We're in the gutter. Now, let's go on to else what he says, this Sky Cave. He says, if you watch Chelsea over the past couple of weeks, you get the feeling that some of the players are not really playing for their head coach. So the question is, are they convinced by Liam Rosner? Or do the players think exactly what a lot of the fans think, that Liam Rosner appointing him was a big, big risk, considering he didn't have the kind of experience you normally need a manager at a big club like Chelsea? Well, you should listen to Cucurella when they want experienced players around them, right? And an experienced manager. How about that? Could we get experienced players and an experienced manager? These lot appointed this wrong, and this ownership had the cheek to brief and get all these journalists to say, well, the ownership didn't plan and anticipate the leaving on Enzo Maresca, so we need more time with Rosner. We need to back him in the summer window, and we need to wait for his identity to imprint it on the team. What a load of bangers mash waffle. What biggest load of lies. How many times have you heard this same PR with every single manager that they appoint? Because they're not a manager. They're all a yes man. The directors are a yes man. Everyone's a yes man underneath Egbali, Feliciano, and Bowley and his lot. Right? He says, if you look at Chelsea, if you look at Chelsea's results in March, they played 7 games, they won 1 game. And I know Chelsea believe in Liam Rosner. And I know he will be given the time. Oh, will he now? But at the end of the day, football is a results business, and if you're not getting results, you will lose your job. Great, so sack him and all. Who are you bringing in? It don't make a damn difference who you bring in because it's the same crop of players. It's the same pool of players. It's the same recruitment policy. It's the same directors in place. It's the same academy kinetic in place. It's the same everything because nothing will change until that changes. That can't change because financially they cannot change it. They don't have the financials to do it. They have the ability, though, to sell. Now, they can sell now. And I think that's their best option. So have it right. He says, if they're listening to the fans, you at least hope they would stay. They could say it within a statement. They don't take accountability. None of these lot take accountability for what they have done at our football club. Yeah? And destroyed our football club. So have it right. João Felix on Chelsea. I loved my time there. It's a big club. But in the end, I had to do what felt right for me. And now I'm at Al Nassr and we're 8 games away from winning the league. Hopefully we can win the title. Fantastic. Who gives a shit? They bought this João Felix, all right, because they had to buy him as a deal with Atletico Madrid so that they can offload Gallagher to get pure profit. Yeah? Wow. Look what's happening here. Enzo Fernandez vibe for Fabrizio Romano. I'd like to live in Madrid. It's a beautiful city. Reminds me of Buenos Aires. They all want out, mate. Everyone wants out. So have it right. They all want out. But apparently this will hurt and disappoint the owners. They're listening. Well, listen good. Ekbali, Feliciano, Top Meatloaf Tout, Bowley, Waters, and Wiz with your Guggenheim, Eldridge, Clear Lake Capital, and what was his hockey league? And all of you clowns that are employed by them. You're not bothered about what the players say. You don't give a shit. Yeah? Because you're going to sell them anyway. And you're definitely exiling them now. Are you going to treat them like you did with Trev, where they're worth quite a few pound notes, isn't they? Yeah? What you're scared about, what you're hurt and disappointed about, is the fact that Chelsea supporters and Strasbourg ultras are collaborating and uniting to get you lot out. And the overall message to go globally is going to damage your image. Your image is already in the gutter because of someone like me. And of course, now, players, your own players are calling you out publicly. That's how bad it's got. That's how unbearable the environment for these players it is. It's unbearable. There is no intent to win. There is no intent. This project is the biggest lie in football history. Yeah? So have it right. If these lot wanted to change, if these lot are listening, they would sack Win Stanley, Stewart, Joe Shields, Kinetic. They would sack Liam Rosner. They'd bring in a Campos. Yeah? They'll bring in some legends like John Terry in the background. Not Willie Issa for winning mentality from rugby, from a completely different sport. You would buy elite players. You would buy world-class level players. Not every player, but you would buy a spine worth. How about that? You wouldn't assemble the squad we've got now. But you're not going to change. You don't believe what you're doing is wrong. You're on course. And let's have it right. We have to make you go. We have to force you out. Let's have it right. Now, I want to ask this question, right? Look at Kovacic. He says, about my time at Chelsea was amazing, blah, blah, blah. We know what it's about. It's about winning or struggling. I once gave both my shirt and shorts to the fans of the game because I felt they deserved it. It was my way of showing appreciation. Chelsea, one of the biggest clubs in the world with such a huge fan base. Have it right. Chelsea's a very ambitious club that always wanted to win. That's exactly why Chelsea's one of the biggest clubs. As for Chelsea's current situation, I don't know exactly what to say. But I believe the club and the fans aren't happy with how things are going right now. It's certain that we'll soon get back to winning ways. They always do. Another thing is that Chelsea fans hate losing. For some other clubs' fans, winning the Conference League and Club World Cups last season would have been enough to keep the fans satisfied. But at Chelsea, it doesn't matter. They only want the team to perform well every single match. I think that's normal because I hate losing myself. So have it right. So there's more. There's more, right? Now we're going to get into it now. Now we're going to land it. Yeah? The NDAs are expiring. Let's have it right. Maybe they just don't give a shit anymore. They're just so desperate to get out of this Fugazi operation that they'll do anything. And they'll come out publicly. Maybe the players are sick of getting called out by the supporters and they're trying to let you know it's not our fault. We agree with you, but we can't say anything. And I have to respect Cucurella for what he's done now. You know? You have to respect him for that. That was superb. We applaud that. In fact, let's rewind it. Let's rewind it. Everyone smash the like button. Let's rewind it.
Cucucucurea se come una paella. Cucucucurea se bebe una estrella. Jala tiembla que viene cucurea. Jala tiembla, toma una galleta.
All right. Charlie Austin, as a fan, you'd be frustrated if your top players want to go. But if you're honest, you would understand why. If you're not getting Champions League football, then the project or whatever Chelsea's owners are trying to do isn't working. Let's have it right. The minerals landed are just absolutely elite. So now, like I say, the fans are calling out the ownership. The fans always. The players, the media, it's all happening, bruv. It's not looking too healthy for you, BlueCo, is it now? Now, let's go to this one. Because I've got it here. Let's go to it. Bosh. All right. Now, we are still waiting. We've only had Benson Edges, tell all his followers that Chelsea can, BlueCo can sell. Let's have it right. And he's calling out BlueCo out. We've only had Con on social media, on X, who has reposted and let his platform know that, via myself and Eunice, that BlueCo can sell. That's it. There's no one else. I haven't seen anyone else. Now, we get a tweet today that everyone seems to interact with. We're going to read it out. I'm actually getting so fucking depressed with the state of my channel. These stupid, baseless, brown envelope shill comments from guys that learned the word last week. All I say is, how can you realistically think this board is going to sell the club overnight to who? To fucking who, bro? Changed it on the level would take 1 to 2 years. Well, no. How quickly did it take for Roman when he was sanctioned to sell the club? Yeah, it didn't take 1 to 2 years, did it, my son? And then who's buying the club? Well, we've got Saudi media, bruv, that can't secure a stadium, sponsors or nothing for more than, what, 4 billion? Oh, but mate, you got to call them out because the directors just do what they were told, innit? What is this kind of slang, bruv? Do you talk fucking English or what? This is the fucking state of this limited conversation. Nothing else. They won't talk logistics solutions, calling for new strategy, directors, internal takeover, even want chance for the protest. It's just get them out, mate, talk. Acting like the club can be sold to who? Overnight at a loss? Is organisational change of this size and with this holding structure, a quick fix. Best case, this takes 1 to 2 fucking years to materialize. How many times do you repeat himself this wrong? You're going to lie and say you'd accept that it means they go. Less than a year ago, you'd been calling negative for question anything. When we lifted silverware, look how the energy switches up. I called it out 24/7, my son. Win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. No adult conversation at the moment. I've criticised this board enough over the years. Have you, mate? I've just not made criticism my whole personality. There's also football football I like to talk about, which you do now because everything's politicized around BlueCo out or die. People acting like I back the board. I just don't back unrealistic calls for action. Surely we can do more with this convo. What's there more to do? Nini 10% discount merchant. What fucking more is there to discuss? You can't change the model, my son. The finances are done. So where are you going to have a solution? Let's have it. Where's the solution? You are a brown envelope. You are a fucking sellout. Are you scared of losing your 10% Chelsea Megastore discount code? Because you're like the OG of that? It's like something you hold so dear to yourself. It's like a fucking mantelpiece. What is this? Yeah? Not Chelsea, but what? And your channel, you're depressed about your channel and your clicks because that's what it's about. It's all about my image, my channel, my performance, my algorithm. Yeah? It's not about Chelsea. It's about your brand, your product. Yeah? So you let everyone know that. And because you're getting called out on it, you're depressed, are you? Are you? I'm fucking depressed watching Chelsea. How about that? You're the same wronging that went on with Mark Goldbridge on TalkSport. And you said Tuchel can't coach an attack. That's what you told everyone. I've got it here. Where are you? Yeah. Everyone can go and listen to that one. Go and have a listen to what this fucking idiot says about Thomas Tuchel, Thin Agenda. I bet he's been glazing Enzo Maresca and fucking Pochettino and Potter and every player under the sun that we sign. Right? Go and do your research before you write an essay like you're in fucking school and having conversations. It's gone beyond debating. You can't debate facts. You ain't talking facts. So as far as I'm concerned, you're a fucking sellout and you don't love Chelsea because you should be BlueCo out like every fucking one else is. But it's more than just BlueCo out. It's more than that. But you're revealing yourself. You took your mask off, demonstrating what every other content creator is all about. Clicks, subs, sponsorships, discount codes, how I look, my public image. Am I going to burn bridges with avenues that can help me get a fucking footballer on my channel or get some invitation to the overlap or whatever it is? That's what it is. All for gains. Who's in the comments? Pies and Mash. He says, I feel ya. Been getting it myself. Getting this myself. Unfortunately, 2 people have started this without thinking of knock-on effect. What knock-on effect? Another enabler, Pies and Mash. If I was apparently the last man on earth, he would still not propaganda what I say because he's got that much of an agenda on me. Yeah. You got that much of an agenda on me because I call you out your bullshit because you like to have little meetings with Daniel Finkelstein, yeah? So have it right. The one that told us it's fucking obvious that we're building one of the best teams in the world or the best team in the world, yeah? You lied, you hide, you aggregate bullshit, you overhype dross. Apparently you always knew they could sell, right? Everyone knew that, did they? Did they fuck? No one knew that they could sell. That was the whole point. That was the kryptonite that BlueCo used against the Super Chelsea to debunk any protest happening. Because everyone will go, what's the point in protesting? They can't sell for 10 years. Well, now they can. And these little fucking wrong-uns, that are accountable for the downfall and damage at our football club and enabling these wankers that are running our football club, these lot have the audacity to say, let's have reasonable conversations about what needs to be done. Who's going to buy our club? There's fucking how many trillionaires and billionaires out there, mate, that would gladly buy Chelsea Football Club, knowing what a prized asset it is, what a fucking brand it is, and they can easily rebuild it back to where it was under Roman. But you allowed these lot to destroy our football club and convince the entire fan base that we're in need of this rebuild and this model. And you enabled it. You enabled this. How about that? You don't get it. You either don't get it, you're either really fucking out of touch, or you just refuse to speak the truth. I'm going to go with the latter. You refuse to speak the truth. Therefore, you want to protect what you've built up all your life. Let's have it right. You know, Pies and Mash wants to be a journalist. He praised his granddad. He said, oh, look, at my granddad's reading my article in The Guardian. And that's a lovely thing. Well done, Maxie. That's fantastic. How did you get that gig? Who got you the link to do that? Did you be a good little brown envelope to get that? And he says, don't underestimate the power of social media. No, don't underestimate it. Isn't that fucking ironic that you're saying don't underestimate the power of social media, yet you lot want to cry wolf about how we are where we are, and I've been landing it all this time. You ain't been landing shit, bruv. You ain't landing nothing but bullshit. BlueCo narratives. You go with fashionable narratives. You're results-based driven. You go where it's safe to go. All of you YouTubers, all you aggregators, you go where it's safe to go. Is that the popular in-theme narrative? Yeah, let's stick on that because that's a hot topic. That'll get me the clicks. That'll get me the interaction. I don't want to get hate. I get abused every day. How about fucking me, my sons? How about me getting hate? How about me getting shadow banned? How about me getting directly targeted by these clan owners on a personal level? How about that? How about not being able to go to my ground or watch my team? How about being fucking sent minions to defamate my character? Yeah? How about that? And I'm still here and I still stand for the truth. What do you lot do? You lie. You lie for your own benefit. Don't have the audacity and arrogance because you've been in the game so long. Have a day off, bruv. Have a day off. I've watched more football than you lot have ever dreamed of watching. I know what an elite football team looks like, elite players. You lot fucking clearly don't. You're in the wrong profession. You're a disgrace to content creation, as you call it. Pies and Mash, you're a disgrace to journalism. Journalists are meant to tell the truth. You don't do that. And Goldfish. Where's the fucking Alex Goldfish and your Uncle Finkelstein? Where you been, mate? 2 weeks off. Everyone's disappearing. Everyone's like disappearing, bruv. It's like they're playing Casper. And do you know what? I'm going to land it right now because I've fucking had enough. Do you know what they go? They go, you're getting personal with me. It's all about personal. Pies and Mash says, I've lost someone in the family, and you know, I'm going through a really bad patch. Yeah, really? Okay. Goldfish comes on the Twitter space, an X space on Sugar Sean and Tobes because he's getting called out. And Tobes, salute to Tobes, called him out. You called me and Johnny Minerals lunatics and fucking we're delusional and you're all toxic positivity and you're sucking on Bowley, you're sucking on Igbali. Let's have it right. Yeah? You're glorifying a pre-season trophy in a dead, washed-up Conference League that we shouldn't have been in the first place, overhyping mediocrity, getting clipped by me. Let's have it right. Let's play the clip.
I'll say it again. I have messaged a owner of Chelsea Football Club, okay? Not going to tell you which one, but I have messaged a owner of Chelsea Football Club, told him all my fears about Garnacho and why it really should not happen because this could really blow up in our face and we could be a circus even more from it. And that's how the public could view us. And if you think they don't care about how the public view them, What are you thinking? Because they very much care about how the public view them. Okay. So it can blow up in our faces. And I've messaged a sporting director. I'm not going to tell you which one either. I've told both of them, and I know for a fact both of them have read it. They know, they are aware of the red flags. So if they choose to do it and it blows up in their face the way we're telling them it might, gone. I mean, the owners can't be gone, but gone. Directors, gone.
Yeah, they can be gone. The owners can be gone. They can sell. So you're lying there. You're not lying about the image. But what's interesting to me is, Nini, you're on that with him. You're the fella on the top right. And you say shit about that. You didn't have no reaction to it. Why would you? You're all in engagement groups. You're all linked to each other. You all follow the Bonnie BlueCo narrative. And now you've all been found out. I've been exposing you lot for years. All of you flip-floppers, yeah? The librarian, Matitz, where's he? Is it BlueCo out? Is it BlueCo out? Go on Talk Sport then, on Inside Chelsea. Go on Sky Sports and say BlueCo out like a proper fucking general. But you won't do that. You'll lose your gig, mate, won't you? Or we got to be political about it. Shut up, jog on, man. Jog on, man. You're an amateur. You're an embarrassment. You're a comedian. Yeah? You still ain't told your followers that BlueCo can sell. And your pal Eunice, you're embarrassing Eunice. You're actually mugging off Eunice. And he ain't listening to you no more. He ain't paying attention to you, bruv. Yeah? You're washed. Your narrative's washed. Stay on the big six and stay on your TalkSport gigs and getting a pound note of Teletubby Robbie. You fucking sellout. Let's have it right. Goldfish comes on the space saying, oh, I've lost someone in the family. I've taken 2 weeks off. All of a sudden, everyone's having all these personal issues in their life since the players are calling out the ownership, the media are calling out the ownership, the fan base are turning on the ownership. And now, do you know what's funny? You're all irrelevant. No one wants to hear your toxic positivity. No one wants to hear your lies. No one wants to hear all your ITK bollocks because it's all a fugazi. You fobbed off all your followers and your supporters. And the one thing that the ownership trying to protect, you are trying to protect as well. And that's your image. Your image is in the mud. You sold out Chelsea Football Club for your own fucking gain. You're not Chelsea. You're not. You're not Chelsea. You're BlueCo. You should do what the owners say and what your little gaffer Matitz Rosner says. You should be respecting the ball. You respect the ball. You respect doing as you're told, you good little fucking brown envelopes. Let's have it right. And keep your contacts with your journalists. Yeah? Keep them all. Where's Bendover? Tom Bendovers. Where's he gone? He's gone into hiding, isn't he? Is he run away as well? Where's Vincey? Where's Vincey? That big fucking Egg Barley sponsored account. Where's he at? Where's Chelsea Dodgers at nowadays? Where are you lot? You speaking the truth? You got to aggregate what the players say. That damages you, doesn't it? You look like all silly sausages. You all have been exposed for being sellouts. Let's have it right. I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at you because you all knew what I was saying was the truth. And you did everything in your power to try and fucking mock me, ridicule me, slander my name. Now, you lot are writing tweets, going on your podcasts, but you can't even breathe my fucking name. But we all know who you're talking about. And do you know what? It's best you don't bring up my name. Don't. I'll outshine you on your own platform without me even being there, bruv. You don't want to give me a plug now, do ya? You don't me to grow. I don't give a shit about growing. I'm big enough as I am, bruv. I'm content with where I am, bruv. Yeah? You lot buy your subs. Buy your followers. Get your sponsors. Get your discounts. Yeah? Funny that Chelsea Twitter account announces they're giving what? 50%, 60% discount on merchandise? Don't buy it. Don't buy it. That's the image of BlueCo. That's CFCLDN. You don't want to buy that. Don't feed them, bruv. Don't feed their pockets. Don't feed their pockets. What are we doing here, bruv? Hey? Don't get me started, bruv. Literally. And apparently they're depressed with their channels that they fucking control. They're depressed. Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what's funny? Yeah. The reason they hate me, right? The reason they hate me is because I expose them for what they are. That's the reason. I damage your brand and your image because I call you out for what you are. And the funny thing is, I can't be bought. I can't be negotiated with. It's non-negotiable. You cannot give me a benefit or a perk. You cannot offer me no fucking sponsorship deal in return for me to what? Simmer down. You can't invite me on some sort of gig and expect me to not speak what I speak. Nah, I'm no filter. I say it as it is. So, yeah, I've got nothing to lose. They've shadow banned and destroyed my channel countless times and I'm still here. I don't care. You can shut my channel down. I'll do another one. It's not a problem. But people will come. People know the truth now. People have seen the light. 4 years down the line, 2 billion spent. This ownership's getting called out left, right, and centre. Let's have it right. They did always call me negative. Toxic negative. Oh, this is the golden narrative. The only reason you hate the owners is because they sold Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. Funny enough, when they sold Kai Havertz for 65 million, they went and bought Strasbourg. And Strasbourg Ultras and Strasbourg the club want BlueCo out. BlueCo are banning them from bringing banners in, just saying freedom of speech. They're banning them with BlueCo out. They are taking pictures and assessing what banners they are going to take into the ground. And if they do get caught with a banner saying BlueCo out or any sort of what they deem as, well, blasphemous to them, they'll ban you. They'll ban your season ticket, right? And Mason Mount was exiled because, well, let's have it right. Bowley went online and took the piss out of his assists, open play assists. And you lot fed agenda on him. So what are you crying about? You hated Mason Mount. But Mason Mount won me a Champions League with the biggest open fucking play assist in the history of Chelsea Football Club. Let's have it right. And Kai Havertz scored that goal. And they will always be respected by me for what they have done for the history of my football club. All of these players we got now ain't done fuck all, mate. Yeah? They don't even get in the same conversation. Chilwell, another one, exiled. Yeah? You lot fed agenda on our Champions League winning players to serve up this dross and promote this, what we got now. You're an embarrassment to Chelsea. You're an embarrassment as a football supporter. You hide behind opinions, they say. Opinions can change. These are not opinions, mate, what I've been saying for 4 years. These are facts, and it's all come to true. It's all come to light. So, they won't speak the narrative, the true narrative, because they're Bonnie BlueCos. You're either Chelsea Football Club, and you love Chelsea, so it's BlueCo out, or you are an enabler of what is happening at Chelsea. You're an enabler, and you're a Bonnie BlueCo. You pick your side. I'll say it again. And the funny thing is, my influence on this channel, even though my numbers and subs are so small, packs a bit of a punch where everyone's getting rattled now. Everyone's getting called out left, right, and centre. Everyone's getting upset. Everyone's getting depressed. Wow. You're getting all upset, you little fairies. Well, you obviously ain't got the stomach to take it. You give it, but you can't take it. And the funny thing is, you need the stomach to say BlueCo out. Why are you in the game anyway if you can't take it? You're pony. Absolutely pony, bruv. The lot of them are all pony. And I'm sick of them, mate, yeah? I'm absolutely done with them, bruv, yeah? It's funny. They're all talk. They're all talk, yeah? Bruv, it's not looking too healthy for you lot. And you've left it this long, so you're revealing what you're all about. Rory Jennings, you're doing your little bit, I see. Fair play to you, mate. I know you like a bit of the glory. That's all good. It's all gravy. I know he's BlueCo out, so that's good enough for me. But still in check, still compromised. if you ain't landing it on your biggest platforms, saying BlueCo out, literally. So I need to question that. It's funny. They've all contributed. All these content creators and journalists have contributed to the destruction and downfall of our football club, but none of them want to take accountability of it. Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? About what's happening in Chelsea with BlueCo. They don't want to take any accountability for the destruction at our football club. And now they've got no more PR to hide behind. They're done. They're finished. Everyone's exposed. Everyone. Matitz, the librarian, having secret meetings with Daniel Finkelstein. I mean, what is going on? What is happening? How are they even going to YouTubers? I'm going to land this bomber right now. Let me land the bomber. And I know this for a fact. I've been told by someone super fucking credible and Chelsea, right? Ed Barley is approaching YouTubers to get them on board because he's so desperate to keep the fan base in check. How about that one? Yeah? Bosh. Let's have it right. I'm ready, bruv. I've been ready. I've been living for this, bruv. You know what I mean? I've been landing this for years, mate. Yeah. And you come at certain individuals. Yeah. And I'm going to big up Tobes because he has fucking been on it relentlessly. Yeah. All right. And look at him. His own people from Crashings have left him to go toxic positivity. Look at the state of them now. Biggest regret you made. Yeah. And look at all these lot that sold their arseholes out for BlueCo. They don't know where to go. They're squirming. They're squirming. Oh, fanatics. Fanatics, it's fanalytics or whatever they're called. They're approaching content creators now. They're reaching out to big Chelsea accounts asking how they can get us to increase promotion for merchandise again. So the club are desperate to make money, so they're sending these fanatics. Fuck all you lot in the game, bruv. All of you lot, you're a cancer to football. This social media train has destroyed us. Yeah? Destroyed us. I'm against the brown envelope matrix. I'm unplugged from that. Never sold out from day one. Yeah? You lot are compromised. You're dictated. Like BlueCo have a dictatorship at Chelsea. When are you going to snap? When are you going to crack? You have to do it, bruv. Yeah? They are. They're traitors. These lot are traitors, bruv. Yeah? Matt Law, you bring up Matt Law. Matt Law, he's speaking for all journalists here.
Well, we do leave stuff out, Todd. And if I wrote everything I knew, you'd be in big trouble.
Yeah. They don't write everything they know, just like the aggregators. The YouTubes don't tell you everything they know. They all talk behind the scenes. They're all in engagement groups. They're all linked to journalists. They all get gigs. All the YouTubers know every YouTuber. I ain't in that elephant walk, bruv. They blacklisted me because I can't be bought or controlled or compromised with. And the fact that I call them out from day one for what they are. And now they're fully exposed. Well, let's have it right. I am fucking the last man standing, mate. Yeah, I am. All of you lot are an embarrassment to the so-called YouTube game, this content creation game. I don't make content. I land facts. I speak the truth. Freedom of speech ain't so here, Chelsea. Brown Envelope Matrix, is it? My Chelsea old boys, he says, you love our club, Johnny. Yeah? You love Chelsea. You do everything for Chelsea. You speak facts, bruv. I will always stand on business, mate. Yeah? Always. I won't die for a life, bruv. So have it right. You see what they're doing to me, bruv? They're trying to infiltrate. They love it, bruv. They love to infiltrate on me. Just like my mic on my last stream, bruv. All right, let me quickly run through these. Who and how can we buy... Who and how can buy Chelsea now? It's not that easy. What's not easy? The fact that Saudi Media Group, who are worth trillions, were fully equipped, and I know this factually, to buy Chelsea, but Rain Group blocked them and lied to the media that they weren't fit and didn't fit the criteria because they always planned to sell it to these clowns, BlueCo. Carlos says, please do a video Eunice list potential owners. Yeah, I'll sort that out. I'll see what I can see what I can do. Landed Generals never surrender. Big up to Brian, Ultra bruv, day one. Swiss Daniel says, easy minerals landed in Sugar's space today. Hope you're good, Gaffer. Absolutely. Come on, bruv. BlueCo out. We can never be Spurs. Yeah. Fuck me. But Spurs can get De Zerbi. Wow. Shay says, big up, Johnny, and all the ultras. I can make the protest due to having knee surgery did the week before. But I will land it on every single day. Like on every single day. Whoever goes, make extra noise for me, please. Big up to Shay, bruv. Of course we will. Yeah. Big up to Steve Worrells, a Minerals FC Ultra member. Salute you, my geezer. Let's have it right. And big up to Reggie, who's also an Ultra member. He says, Nini's depressed about a channel he stole. Lol. These people would rather continue exploiting the club than come together to save it. They don't want unity, but they'll blame someone like me. The narrative was, he doesn't want unity. He just wants to come at everyone. We had such a nice community. Bruv, you lot are destroying the community. You're allowing the divide and conquer to continue. That is built by design by BlueCo. Well done. You've accomplished their goal, their aim, and executed it perfectly for a pound note. So have it right. BlueCo out is the most important message in this Super Minerals landing here. Big up to Bill. He says, Johnny, you fucking landed it on these sellouts. Epic, man, from day one. Up the Minerals FC. Always, never surrender. Crazy all the YouTubers won't say your name. Up the Chelsea. They can't say my name, bruv. They might get shadow banned for it. Bring it on. Bring it on. I hope they do. Yeah. I hope they do. Yeah. But now everyone can see what is happening here. Yeah. Everyone can see the truth. And the truth always gets out, ultras. Yeah. That's a fact. They're scared of the protest. Also, I would suggest, yeah, BlueCo out banners have Clearlake, Elsdridge, Guggenheim, their company names with BlueCo out. So by putting their company names, you're damaging their company image. And they're all in investors of their company names. Put that in there as well. That needs to be done. BlueCo out. BlueCo is a hedge fund that they invented and introduced for all their crimes at Chelsea to get away with them. But their companies are not affiliated to BlueCo. Their assets are not affiliated to BlueCo. So we need to come at their assets and their companies. So Clearlake Capital's name's got to be on the banner. We need to see Elsdridge's company on the banner. We need to see Guggenheim's company name on the banner and whatever Waters' company name is. And we fucking hit them like that. Publicly humiliate their company names and all of their companies and partnerships and sponsorships that are affiliated with those company names. And we kill the sponsorship deals that anyone would think about having with these clowns at BlueCo at Chelsea, which is why they can't get a sponsorship deal, because no sponsor wants to sign 4 years knowing that we're not guaranteed Champions League football, mate. That these projects are fugazi, that the fan base is turning, and now they're going to lose all sponsorship deals because no one's going to want to be affiliated with an entire fan base, united with Strasbourg, the two clubs that they own, uniting to protest to get them out. Oh, let's have it right. We land the minerals. That's how it works. Yeah? That's how it works. Bowley hired and elected Clear Lake Capital. Bowley's got vivid seats. He's a tout. Bowley wasted £635 million sporting director when he shouldn't have been doing sporting director. He doesn't know anything about football. He has damaged and killed our football club equally as Iqbali has. But he knows what Iqbali was always going to do with the data, because the AI, well, Bowley loves AI with Waters. He's the biggest wrong in Bowley. Yeah, I want that fucking Meatloaf looking, I would do anything for pound notes tout out of our football club. Yeah, Iqbali, Siri Merchant in his Birkin bag. Let me show you Siri Merchant. Yeah, this is Siri Merchant. Yeah, he actually walks around with a fucking Birkin bag. Yeah, he actually walks around with a Birkin bag, mate. Yeah, what are we doing here, bruv? Yeah, and just to add some more in the belly. Bosh. Let's not forget this. Chelsea were not terribly well managed on the football side, sporting side, or promotional side. Yeah, we've got the brawn. They've got the brains. Let's make lots of money. Yeah. And what about Riz? Chelsea's potential Swiss billionaire buyer has no great liking for football, is driven to buy by his lack of respect for Putin-linked Roman Abramovich, and won't splash out to secure silverware. They're not in it for silverware. They're in it for return of investment. ROI. Let's have it right. Just like every other fucking journalist, YouTuber, and ex-aggregator. They want their return on investment. Their investment of their work they put in. Choose which side you want to be on. But I know what side you lot are on. You're not on the Chelsea side. Let's have it right. It's where we are. It's where we are, ultras. Listen. Hedge fund scammers, you're not wrong. I don't want any affiliation with all these lot. I don't want to collab with these lot. I don't want anything to do with these lot. Yeah? They've shown their true colours, Phil Collins settings, bruv. Yeah? And that is a banger. That is a fantastic track. True Colours. And I'm drinking all your tears because you don't know where to go now. You have to think of a new strategy of how you get yourself out of this pit that you're in. You're in the BlueCo Salix pit, Star Wars settings. Except no one's digging you out of this one. Let's have it right. But look, I'll just play a few of these just so everyone can see. Do you know what I mean? It's all fun and games, wasn't it? Look, Mikel says we're not a stepping stone no more. Chelsea's not here to be a stepping stone. Well, we are a stepping stone. We're a farming club. Look, can you see they're all in it together? Everyone's in it together. They're all in it together. Everyone's linked. Yeah? But the funny thing is, this is us on the Minerals FC. Let's have it right. There's their round table for all their meetings, and we're pissing on the brown envelopes, mate. That's what we do on here. We don't muck about. So salute to all my Minerals FC ultras. I want everyone who like and hype, and put your comments down below. And BlueCo can sell now, and a lot sooner than 1 to 2 years. I'll say that, to say the least. Or would you rather us get repossessed by Aries management and then they will not know what the fuck's going to happen? Let's have it right. Win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. 18th of April, BlueCo out protest. That's all I've got to say. No surrender mentality. Big up to everyone. And we're gonna salute the GOAT, the General, the Don, because this is where our allegiance lies, right here, and our standards, and we will uphold those standards. Yeah, and I'm going to smoke you right now. Let's have it right. I'm smoking you all, mate, yeah? The whole pack, the whole Bonnie BlueCo pack, yeah?